What's up YouTube, Speedy Superior here once again with another set, this time on Smeargle, I don't know how to say it. Well, it's a suggestion from a subscriber. Thank you for the suggestion, and see, Smeargle was a little bit difficult for me, mainly because I've hardly used Smeargle, and the time that I've used Smeargle, I just use it to trick people into thinking that I'm actually going to baton pass something from Smeargle, when I really don't. So, but I gave it a try. It took a little while to actually come up with something that actually worked for me. And these are the 3 sets that worked for me, and I worked on it for like 2 days or something. Okay, so let's just get started. The first one, it's obviously they're all going to be Jolly Nature because Smeargle doesn't have the best stats. Like the best ones that get your attention is the HP and the speed, which is speed is 75 base and HP is 55. The rest are like Beedrill stats on the defense. So it's like 35 and 45 and 20. It's like you're not really going to do a scratch. But it does have a pretty good ability, which is Moody, meaning that it will raise any stat, a random stat, by 2 stages and lower another one by 1 stage. So sometimes it'll depend on luck. Like you'll probably get the correct stat that you want raised by 2 stages, and then you'll be like, and then you get one stat that you didn't want lowered, but lowered. And it's like, it really sucks sometimes. But it all depends on luck. And it also has own tempo, meaning that it cannot get confused whenever it has own tempo. And Technician, well, I don't see what Technician will actually do for Smeargle. The reason being that Smeargle doesn't only move to learn is Sketch, but it can learn other people's moves. So maybe like Bullet Punch, I don't know. Like you can make use of 60 base power moves. I wonder if you can do that, like a Choice Bandit Smeargle with Technician. That'd be pretty good. Yeah. Okay, but that's for another time. So okay, so let's just getting started. Obviously, I want full speed, full HP because those are the only stats that actually get your attention. And what is it? The moves I decided to go. I know a lot of people recently started using Dark Void. Dark Void, especially in double battles. The reason being that it puts the opponents to sleep, both of them. The problem with Dark Void is the 80% accuracy. It's like a Stone Edge accuracy. It could happen, but then it couldn't happen. So I prefer to go for the full accuracy. And obviously this Spore is going to be more for singles, but Dark Void, you can always just choose that over Spore when you're focused on doubles. Okay? So you use Spore, they're asleep, then you use Geomancy. Well, that's what worked for me, which sharply raises your special attack, special defense, and speed. And it takes like about 2 turns just to charge up, and then after you're gonna have a lot of speed right there. So then you just raise your defense by 2 stages. And remember that Geomancy is the baton passing for a special attacking Pokemon because you are raising your special attack. And it's always in my opinion, I always just choose the special attackers over physical attackers. The main reason being that whenever you get burnt, the physical attackers can't really do much to anybody anymore. So special attackers are pretty cool to me. That's why I like Superior. So, what is it? Obviously, Barrier to raise your defense by 2 stages, and then you're gonna make sure that you gotta pay attention to the stats that are being raised and the ones that are being lowered by your Moody ability. Obviously, if you get a defense raise by 2 stages and an attack drop, that would be a really good time to baton pass all of those stats onto the next Pokemon that you're trying to baton pass it onto. Obviously, if you get an extra special attacking boost, then that'd be good. For this set, as long as if you get an attack drop, that's gonna be perfectly fine. It's gonna be fine. So, or if you get an attack boost and a special attack drop, and you want to baton pass it onto a physical attacker, then I guess that'd be good as well because you're sharply raising your attack. So it all depends on Moody sometimes. Obviously, they're all gonna have Focus Sash. I have seen Smeargles with leftovers, but if you realize a Knife Punch takes like Smeargle's life completely, so you gotta watch out for that. And now let's see, the second Smeargle, it's almost the same set, except this time it has Geomancy and then Leech Seed. So after Geomancy, you're gonna Leech Seed them, and obviously their Moody ability is working as well with this. So you're gonna have to baton pass whenever you get the right stat raise and drop. So it's all depending on Moody basically here. And Smeargle just depends on that. And Leech Seed, well, it's going to support your team a little. It could force them to switch, giving you a free baton pass onto a Pokemon you want to baton pass over. So that's really good. Then we have this other Smeargle, which is the one I normally use, the tricking people into thinking that I'm using Smeargle as a baton passer. So, Smeargle, I've seen that 99.9% of the time they're going to be baton passers. But this Smeargle I use is just, like whenever I have a baton passing team, this Smeargle is not going to be baton passing. This Smeargle is just going to come out, it's going to spore, Nightmare, and then it can just extreme speed or switch out. Switch out if their life isn't really low, just switch out and leave them on a Nightmare and come in with a different baton passer and start setting up on a sleeping Pokemon. That's my Smeargle, and obviously it has Moody ability, so in case I have baton pass here, in case you get a really good boost and then you want to baton pass that onto the other Pokemon or another Pokemon in your party, that boost will help them. So this is my Smeargle, the one that works for me all the time and that makes people think that I'm baton passing something. So they would normally try to get Smeargle out of the way and stuff, and won't figure it out until they get a Nightmare put on them. So that's pretty much this Smeargle, and that's pretty much the sets for Smeargle. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed these sets and stuff. And I do have trouble whenever I'm up against Smeargles myself, so just saying that out there. So I do have another video it was a suggestion for another subscriber coming up, so just stay tuned for that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you like these Smeargle sets, then give it a thumbs up, and just stay tuned for the next video. And let me know if you really did enjoy it and stuff. And I would mention the subscriber, I don't know his YouTube name on my mind at the moment. I had to look it up and stuff. So yeah, and don't forget that tomorrow is the giveaway thing. The giveaway video is going to be up tomorrow. And thank you again.